Hi there. Thank you for joining me again today. What I'm going to do today is something I don't do very often. Well, two things I don't do very often. I'm going to make a cough, hopefully, and I'm also going to make it out of copper, and I'm going to melt some scrap silver on top of it. So hopefully it'll look all ripply and silvery on top. That's the aim. So what I've started with is I've cut, and I must show you this. I was lucky enough to win this. It's a new concept saw. Now, I've only used it the once just to cut this piece of copper that I'm going to show you. It's so light. It's absolutely light as a feather. Oh, it's like a picture frame. Yeah, I'm more than pleased. I won it in a competition with atthebench.com. It's a new concept saw, so thank you to Andrew and Louise Berry from atthebench.com, and thank you to New Concepts, because without them I wouldn't have this. I'd be back on my old heavy saw there, but I need to read the instructions and find out how to change the blade, because the blade is quite it's the one it came with, and it is quite it's quite harsh, but I persevered and I got it cut out. So thank you to everybody involved in sending me that from their competition. I love it. Thank you. So what I've got here, what I cut with it, I've got a piece of copper. It's 6 inches by 6 inches, which is actually perfect for a lot of cuffs, to be honest. 6 inches, because you have the gap at the back, so it is quite adaptable. So what I did was cut that off. Put that piece away. I don't know if you can see it, but it is actually it needs filing and sanding at the bottom, but it is actually a brushed finish, which is a bit of a shame because we're going to cover it up. It's 0.6. I would have liked thicker, but that was in copper, that was the thickest I had. So we're going to make the most of what we've got, and we're going to use that today. So what I've got over here, let me pick you up and take you over. Let me show you what we've got. So we've got here, whoops, sorry. Right, we've got here some scraps. Those, I'm actually, they've come out of my scrap pot. I'm going to put them in the pickle pot, and I'm going to get them as clean as I can. Perhaps flatten them a little bit with my rawhide hammer. And then I'm going to lay them onto my piece of, let me hold that up. Then I'm going to lay them on there and melt them. So once I've pickled them and put them out, I'll come back to you. So I have no idea if this is going to work. I've never tried it before, but you know me, let's give it a go. See you later. Okay, what I've done here is I've just sanded this back just to clean it up a little bit. With a sanding sponge, nothing harsh. I've taken the corners off and slightly filed them round, but that'll be done more at the end. I have pickled the scraps, and I've now got them in my flocks, but I'm not going to hammer them, because most of them are flat, and the rest I can just flatten with my hand. So these are sitting in the flocks waiting to be put on here. So I don't know, let's see what we can do. See, there's no point in trying to make a pattern out of it, but we'll see if we can get it nearish to the edges so that it spreads to the edge. They're all quite misshapen anyway, so there's going to be no form in this at all. I'll just place them on. I haven't even have no idea whether this is going to be enough or not. Let's flatten that down a little bit with my fingers. Stick it back in the flux. I have no idea if this is going to be enough, but we won't learn how much is enough until we've given it a try, will we? So we can always add some more. I've got plenty in my scrap pot there, so let's get as much of this on as I can. Fill in some gaps. There's a lot of gaps, so I probably need to put some in the middle of there, don't I? Maybe down that corner there. That's that needs bending over too. You can see where I've cut these round stones, most of them. That's why they're just the scraps left from that, really. Whoops! I think my tweezers have seen better days. They don't quite close right to the end, but I'm hoping I might squeeze enough out of this. Let's see if we can stick that one down in this corner. Whoops! Well, more fingers and thumbs. Right, so as I say, the copper I've just slightly sanded to get any grease or anything off, and put flux on it, but that's all I've done while you've been away. So I'm just going to pile these up, basically. There's only one more little bit left anyway now, so I need a gap for that. So I think we're just going to go with this and see what happens. Let's turn that. Let's turn that on so I can light the big torch. We're going to use this. I'm going to go in very, very carefully at first because it's all going to jump around and I don't want it to jump off. So we'll just go in very, very steady. Actually, most of the pieces are probably too heavy to move around. Oh, they are slipping and sliding a little bit. What I'm going to do now is swap hands and get my pick in the other hand. So let's see what. It shouldn't take too much heating up because this is only 0.6 of the bottom. I'm not sure what that is in gauges, but it's 0.6 millimetre. So the bottom should warm up quite quickly, you would hope. I've got it on a charcoal block, so we'll see what happens. Silver's beginning to melt a bit. But now, if you notice, there's no solder involved in this. It's literally just melting. Right, back again with my lockdown hair. We're on the 3rd lockdown now. It's the 17th of February and we're on our 3rd lockdown, but it's pouring with rain outside, so what else is there to do? Right, what I did, I pickled this and I've tumbled it. And as you can see, as you can probably see, it's a bangle of 2 halves. There's far more silver up this side than there is this side. So it's got more copper showing through this side. So what I'm going to do is put more scraps on here and try and smooth it all out. Well, I won't make you sit through that again, but you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get my torch and melt scraps onto it. Obviously, this is, and if you look at the back, there's some silver gone over into the back, which is a shame really, because that isn't where I wanted it. Never mind, it's all trial and error, but I do like, I'm not sure if yes, I can show it on there. Actually, let's see if we can switch this light on. Ah, that's better. Hello. Right. It's a bracelet of 2 halves, very obviously with the light on. But if you look here, it's got what I wanted. There. It's got all that wrinkly surface, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to keep going. As I say, I won't make you sit through it again. You know what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to put more scraps on there and try and blend it all in, and then I think it might make quite an unusual little bangle. So we'll see. I'll carry on and I'll come back to you. Right, here we go. I've got it out of the pickle and I've put some more silver on. It's very knobbly, which is exactly what I wanted. It's got lots of dents and see if I can look at that. Peaks and troughs, and anyway, that's just how I wanted it. So what I'm going to do now to flatten it out is just give it a whack with the rawhide hammer. So there we are, we've got it there. Now what I'm tempted to do is to hit the edges, top and bottom, with a hammer and try and get it wavy, because I don't really want perfect with all this random things going on here. I'm not sure I want right nice neat edges. So what I'm going to do is, and this may work, it may not, is tap the edges. Oh, I might have to anneal this because it's getting a little bit hard already. Oops. maybe that was a bit too much. Let's go back this way. Oh, I'm quite liking that. Need to swirl it some more. It's quite hard here. Let's try doing it on the bottom as well. Oh yes, I am really liking this. Quite random. Of course, the next question is, do I patina it or do I leave it silver? Actually quite looking forward to actually putting some patina on it, to be fair. I don't want to block your view, that's why I'm messing about. Now we've got something really random now. Probably just flatten the centre out a bit. But leave the edges wavy. I think I might anneal that. Because if I put the patina on, and then I can't bend it around the mandrel. It's gone really hard. I'm really pushing that now, and it won't bend. So I'm going to anneal it and pickle it again. Then I'll come back and I am definitely going to put some patina on it. But if I put the patina on it first, and then have to anneal it to get it round the bracelet mandrel, then it will burn off all the patina. So I'm going to anneal it first, pickle it, then come back and do the patina. Hope you're liking it. It's not my normal style. It's very random. What do they call it? Organic, when it goes like this, don't they? But actually, it's what I was looking for. I like it. So let's go and see what we can do. What I've done is I've been over and annealed it again. It's not been pickled, so it's a bit black around the edges. So I'm just going to shape it. It's going much better now. So, as you see, this is an oval mandrel. Some people use round. I like oval because I don't think your wrist is round. What I'm going to do is just put that on there and get some pressure. Can you see? Okay. Right, now let's go down to the next one. I think we will shape it at this point just in case it needs annealing again. Okay. Go. May need annealing again, but we'll get it into a nice shape now while we're doing this. Sorry, you can't see, can you? Okay, it needs annealing again, but as you see, we're nearly there. It's gone hard again, so we'll go over anneal it again and then finish off the shaping. One more annealing should do, so I'm glad we did that at this point. But it looks one heck of a mess. Looks like something I've dug up out of the garden at the minute, but anyway, let's see how we get on with it. Okay, what I've got here is I actually took it over to my vise and put it in my vise to hold it steady. So I've now got the shape of bangle that I want. It is a bit higgledy-piggledy, but that's the nature of the bracelet. But it fits on the mandrel well. sit on the mandrel like that. So now what I'm going to do, show it to you. There we go. Very, very higgledy-piggledy, isn't it? I love it. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to sand that off, you know. It's a bit sharp, so I think I'll sand that off. But I'm going to go and put it into the tumbler now and see how it comes up. And then we'll put the patina on. And if necessary, I'll put it into the tumbler again. But to be honest, I'm actually that sharp. I'm going to go and get rid of that little bit that's sticking up there, but I'll be back. Okay, we're out of the tumbler now, so we've got a nice very shiny bracelet. So what we're going to do now is put on the patina or patina, whichever way you say it. Anyone who's watched my videos before knows that my preferred choice of patina is platinol. So what I'll do is I'll give it all a good coat, let it dry. I don't only, let me put my specs on, I don't only give it one coat because I like it very dark. I will give it several coats. So I'll let you see how this goes. Can you see that? Yeah. So, I absolutely love platinol. I think it's ever so effective. Always put it on with a brush. I never, by that I mean I don't ever tip it into a bowl and immerse the piece into it like you do with liver of sulphur, for instance. I always put it on with a paintbrush. Can you see? Yeah, you can see this. So it's as simple as that, and it's as quick as that. So what I'll do is let this dry. It's all nice and clean now because it's been tumbled. The reason I tumble it before the patina is because it's all been pickled, and I like to make sure it's all nice and clean, because if you've got any oils or anything on the silver, then or the copper for that matter, then the patina won't stay on. It doesn't like it at all. So anyway, there we are. There's one coat. I will do 2 or 3 more coats and I'll come back and show you, but I shall let it dry in between coats. So it's not looking bad for the first coat. Love it. So see you in a bit. Sorry. Whoa. Right, I've put 3 coats of platinol on there. Nice deep colour look. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do now is I've got one of these spongy sanding pads. See where to start. I'm gonna take it back with this. And just get the highlights. Can you see it? Let me put it down on there. Just get the highlights to come out. See? I'll just do one little bit. I think you don't want to sit there watching me do all of this, I'm sure. Look at that. Once taken back quite a bit more, it'll still leave plenty of patina on there if I take it back. It looks as though, it looks like buried treasure. Looks like something there's ancient. Well, I'm telling you what, I'm really pleased with it. It's coming really nice. So what I'm going to do is go off do all this sanding, and then we're almost there now. We're almost finished. Look at that, beautiful. And I'll come back and show you. Well, I've got to that. It does look, excuse the fingers, I've been polishing it. It does look like buried treasure. What I'm going to do now is, look at that. I love it. I really love it. I really do. What I'm going to do now is pop it into the tumbler. It shouldn't take off the patina or the patina. Excuse me. It shouldn't take off the patina. It should just brighten it up and polish it up on the edges. So I'll come back when I've done that. Well, here it is. It's come out of the tumbler now, and it just looks like a piece of buried treasure. It's mostly copper, some silver on the inside, but I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't know if you can actually see it, but it just looks like a piece of battered silver that I've dug up out of the garden. So buried treasure it is, I think. But let me put it on and let you see it. There we go. So there it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I certainly hope you have a go, because I've thoroughly enjoyed it. You can't plan it, you don't know what it's going to turn out like, but I'm pleased as punch with my piece of buried treasure. So there we are. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.